Good morning, team. Good morning, good morning, good morning. Hope you're all doing well. Hope you had a good afternoon and evening session. We had a good afternoon in the room yesterday, catching that fade down towards the lows, and then we were done for the day, and none of us got caught in that squeeze back up because we're too smart for that. And I don't know if some of the team maybe caught some of it for some longs, but I made money on the short side yesterday afternoon. And hopefully some of you did too, because you should have been prepared for it if you were in stream with me together in the morning. I gave you the pathing for those moves. Okay, so moving into today, one thing I want to say before we go any further, all right, as this channel starts to grow, I'm starting to see more and more trolls on the channel, which is part and parcel of it. But unfortunately, this week, we lost a young trader who took his own life due to some abuse online, amongst some other problems. So before you go and leave a nasty comment on someone's channel, whether you like them or not, or agree with how they trade or not, just think about the consequences that you might be causing by doing that. It's not brave and it's not smart to hide behind a keyboard. And there's lots of people in this world going through a tough time. So I just want to leave you with that thought, or start with that thought before we go any further. All right. Be kind. It doesn't cost anything to be kind. Diving into the daily chart. Where are we? All right. As ever, the opening day this week was a day late, as we know. Tuesday. All right. Those who trade with me understand the importance of this bar right here, setting the tone for the week based on our weekly model. So far, we have done nothing but trade inside Tuesday's range. All right. That's all we've done. Yesterday, we talked about, or even on the end of Tuesday, we talked about how ideally Wednesday would trade inside the range. That's what we've had, all right? It stayed inside the range. Currently on Thursday, we're peaking above Wednesday's high overnight, but we have not taken out Tuesday's high. And you can see, where are we? If this is standard deviation 2, this is standard deviation 2, we are at the mean, okay? We are trading at a mean. 20-day would be the mean. This would be +2 and -2 each side. So we're just trading back off a mean reversion from an overextension to the daily bowl, which we always talk about, very unlikely to close further down, back to mean. Decision time coming up for this market. It can take as long as it wants to make this decision. You see here, we took quite a few days before a push and a fail. All right, same thing here, quite a few days. This is the key level, all right? These 500s and 550s. Again, the only one that had the new weekly newsletter, I talked about the importance of this level. Why? Because Thursday last week, this was the low, and on Friday, that's what we broke down, and on Tuesday, that's what we retested and failed from. This level here is massive as an under-over. Reclaim that, potential squeeze back higher. Push above it and fail, potential failed breakout, and we come back into the range. What is the range? Well, we can have a look at the hourly candles, all right, when we have a look at it. All right, let's just focus down here on this chart. Make sure you can see it nice and clean. I can move that down a bit. All right, the hourly, don't worry about this. This is me just checking where the volume is so far this week. All right, so far this week, we've put in this low. There's your double bottom. For me, this is still a week low. I don't know if we come back for this later in the month or something, but we will see. All right, weekly low down here, current weekly low. A push up, pull back, hold above old range, okay? Holding above these 300s, all right? That was the bullish rotation. There's your flag for a new push. There's your failed breakout yesterday, all right? Failed breakout above these highs, failed to take out 550s, which would have been the full rotation. Comes back down inside the range created the previous day, sweeping an internal low, holding structure here. So now we've got lots and lots of liquidity built out here. All right, lots and lots of stops built out basically into 300, right? 350 to 300, massive level. We push up from that for the squeeze yesterday afternoon because shorts came flying in, all right? Whereas we were playing this short breakdown to here, shorts came flying in, hoping for this full let go. They got caught and we break out and reclaim above. And now we're building a new range up here. What's the significance of this range? It's this, all right? This is where we built out last week, at the end of last week. All right, and we're building the same thing out here, all right? Reclaim above that, above sort of 550s, let's say, a reclaim above 550s with a base. Remember, it can't just push up, it has to reclaim and hold. We are open for a drive to come and test into these levels, 600, 650s, 700s, all right? It must push above and hold the 550s to do that. If you see anything which looks like a push above, all right, and a fail and a trade inside, you're opening up to do what? Come to the other side of the range, 430s. If we start to lose this sort of node here, all right, 430s and 400 will be key. If we lose 420s, we probably trade to 400. If we lose 400, we probably trade to 300. This area here can be a bear trap at 300, like we talked about yesterday. But if they get stuck underneath it, we're fully open for this move. So what am I watching? This move here. This move here. Oh, let's redo that. This move here. This move here in range. This let go down to here. From here can bear trap and come back up, or rejection all the way down. Why so many pathings today? Because we're in a range. All right. We're not in a breakout. We are in a ranging market. So rotation, highly, highly possible and probable. Other thing to note, tomorrow we have NFP coming. All right, we have NFP coming tomorrow. So if they're going to save this liquidity for tomorrow and this liquidity for tomorrow and this liquidity for tomorrow, what they're going to do, they're going to pin it in. All right, they're going to create more and more tension in here. Okay, and then tomorrow on NFP, we can do maybe one of these, maybe one of these, maybe just straight down, maybe just straight up. But they can build lots of stops in for that. We know NFP likes to be explosive. The Fed will be watching that number. All right, I feel like I've been talking a lot here. Other things to note coming today is we have news. We've already had news pre-market. We have PMI, final services PMI coming at 9:45, ISM services PMI coming at 10 o'clock, Nat Gas coming at 10:30. We have some Fed talkers as well. Let me just get this at 10 o'clock. So, and then 12:05. So, yes, 9:45, 10 o'clock news. Be very aware of that. All right, once we get that out of the way, we have a bit more of a clear day ahead. Let's go into the lower time frame chart now. And let's have a look. You can see, just for anyone who can't see it, this is the range we're setting up. All right, this is the equivalent of the right shoulder. FBO down here, FBO up here, breakout, breakdown, that gets rejected. We trade back down into this imbalance. Underneath 300s, bear trap, or trade lower. Above here, hold to squeeze, or fail breakout and back down. All right, very, very clear. Let's just have a look at the MAG and everything else. The ES and Qs are looking very similar, but we can go over those. All right, ES, same kind of thing. We can make this, pull this up and make it blue. All right, there's your range. That's what it's stuck in. So here's the recovery from yesterday. If it lets me draw it. All right, there's the recovery from yesterday. It's trying to build out a range versus this, okay? So if we get going, we take this out. If we fail, we come back down probably to this level here if it gets stuck under here. All right, so same kind of thesis. And you'll see exactly the same things on the ETFs. They look very, very similar. There's your old range, okay? On the spiders and Qs, very, very similar. Ignore that spike. I don't know why we're seeing that misprint there, but that will not be real, not to that extent. All right, there's your range, okay? Supply up overhead, demand structure down below, stuck in a range, rotation each side of that range for now. Okay, MAG, Apple holding its range. Surprise, surprise. All right, surprise, surprise. Apple with that big old move up on Tuesday off that Google news, and it's starting to base out up here, potentially bullish rotation possible if it can hold a breakout. Amazon, fantastic squeeze up, pullback, held, coming back to take out 232s. That looks very strong off this here. All right, here's trap sellers, more trap sellers, and they get caught. All right, so 232. Goog, same story, fantastic. All-time highs, remember, Goog trading up off that news, pullback held, basing out a new range, can keep going higher. All right, traps will live under here, failure under here will leave the rotation. So failure under 223 will leave a rotation back down to fill this imbalance. But right now, Holding range for a move up for now until we see otherwise. Meta, same story. You're going to see the same story. Downtrend, trapped sellers, retest. There's your buying opportunity coming out to take out these liquidity levels. Microsoft. Not as interesting, that, is it? Not as interesting. Rotation. Zoom out a bit in this. Yeah, just stuck. It's stuck, basically. Fell down, under, fell over. That's a leave alone chart for me. Nvidia. All right, post earnings, still trying to base out. If we zoom out a bit, maybe a bit more. It's getting a bit dangerous here for Nvidia. All right, it is getting a bit dangerous here. Here is where everyone is stuck as a buyer. If we start rejecting the underside of this 72s, if we start building a bear flag under 72s, this is getting very, very dangerous for a move to 64s and then all the way down here. All right, something like that. So this is getting dangerous here on Nvidia. I'd be watching those 72s under over right now. 72, 73s under over. Tesla. Zoom in a little bit more. See what we're doing. Nice recovery. Again, trap sellers. Pullback held. Potential to come upside and take these guys out. All right, it's into supply here, but if it keeps holding, it's got that move available. How are we doing for time? We're okay. Let's have a look at the VIX. Oof. Okay, zoom out of this as well. All right. This was VIX trading at lows. Remember, low teens were bullish on the market. All right. Squeezes off it, having a sell in the market, pulls back, holds, big squeeze off it, pulled back. We go from low to high, probably around the 50. We are. All right. If the VIX finds bids in here today, I'd be very cautious about trying to long this market. All right. If we find bids in there on the VIX today, if we start letting go of these levels and we trade down to low teens, obviously we're very bullish on the market, but we're basically coming into that 61 down here. So basically, I don't know what that was, 1575, somewhere around that. I'd be watching that. If they hold that and absorb the tape on the VIX, be very, very cautious about getting long in this market today or tomorrow maybe. Okay, let's sort this out. There we go. All right, lots of missed signals here. All right, you're going to get lots of buy and sell signals firing at the moment because we're going to go under, over, under, over, under, over non-stop until this has made its mind up. All right, it's nice and easy this morning. No need to rush. News coming, remember, top of the hour. Let's see who's in this room with me. Let's see if we can close this poll down. Okay. All right. Good morning, everyone. Morning, Ken, Muhan, Miguel, Jesse, NRS, Coop, Toby, Leron, Dawson, Shawes, Silem, Troy, Harish, Jeff, Thumper, Info Risk Trader, Peter Curry, Brandon, Jim K, Mike, Dojon, Real Trini, Sergio, Eva, Bart, Mo, Raphael, Alpha, Christy, Charles Crunch, or Clonch, sorry, absolutely butchered that. I do apologize. Peter Curry, Richard Johnson, JD Florida Man, Czar Trader, Calypso, Christopher, John W, Aga, Owen J, Ejecto, Omalabi, Abraham, Danny Corking, Claudio, Alieso Di Gino, DJ Noah, Greg M, and Gatney. Good morning, everybody. Right. Good morning. Morning, Stefano. Morning, Dean. Morning, Richard. All right. Morning, 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 morning. Hope you're all doing well. Morning, Harinda. All right, do me a favor, smash that like button nice and early for me. 100 of you in here so far have not hit that like button. What we haven't done is talk about the tape, and they've just left. I'm going to sneeze here. No sellers, just left the tape at 500. All right, so not much on here at the moment. 550, 600. News coming 9:45, 10 o'clock. Range rotation right now, dancing midpoint of that range. Market open right here, right now. Let's see what we get, folks. We're opening up at VWAP. Never a good sign. Never, ever, ever a good sign for a good trading session opening at VWAP. Let's see. Going to require a huge amount of patience today unless we get a clear breakdown or failed breakdown. Okay, coming back down to that previous day value area high. We've got previous week value area low down here, and this blue box is where we held sort of bids in Asia and London. The other thing to say that I probably didn't say is London traded inside of Asia. Okay, so we traded inside of, we started condensing, right? So if you think about Asia like this, London traded like this, right? So very, very, very choppy. Do not be rushing into decision making today. I'm telling you, do not. These are the type of days when newer traders will blow their accounts. I promise you. These are the type of days when we get range rotation at highs like this before the market's made a decision. You will need to be patient today. You will need to be patient today. We are not in a trending market. If you're going to play range, you need to play the edges or play the failed breakouts or breakout and pull back to that hold. Nothing else. Nothing else. If you play the midpoint, you will get hurt. All right, I'll give you a readout on the mag, which, by the way, is a mixed bag. Surprising. Not. All right, Tesla, 1/3% up. NVIDIA trying to approach 0.5% up. Microsoft down on the day, 0.02, trying to go red to green. Meta, big day, up 3+ already. Google, 0.71% down. Amazon, 2.62% up. Apple, over 0.5% down. So Meta, the strong one so far, closely followed by Amazon and Google and Apple, the weak ones at the moment. Morning, Donna Smith. Morning, 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 everyone. How are we doing? How are we doing? All right, so just letting this settle down for a second. Let's get through these imbalances at the open and see what we get. We can put one of these on. Let this develop. So as you can see, all we're doing, trading from bottom side to top side, back to bottom side, back to mean, all right, just mean reversion, which is really, it's fractal, isn't it? What we're doing here, trading from the supply to demand to supply to demand to mean, if you think about the Bollinger Bands, it's the same thing what we've been doing on the daily, trading from one side to the other, from one side to the other. Overall, I'd say sellers have failed to take control of this market. I maintain that until they prove otherwise. Right, that's been the story for many months now. Every opportunity sellers have had to take control, they've failed to take control of this market. Absolutely true. Okay, pushing back up into the top side where we found supply so far. We failed up here numerous times this morning already and overnight. We want to be watching 535s. 535s and 550s. These levels here, very, very dangerous for failed breakouts. So just waiting. So already a rotation off that low with that buy signal. Not something I would touch, but already rotation off the low of the buy signal coming up into supply. Yes, Dawson Shores. I execute on NinjaTrader. It's the only platform I execute on. Is 15-minute orb still good play during range days? That's a good question. It depends where we set that 15-minute opening range, right? If we set it above here and we start basing above it, yes. Also, if you're the type of person that likes playing a failure of a orb, it would be good up here as well. But it really depends where we set that orb, right? It really depends where the extremes of that orb are. If we set that orb, right, if the 15-minute orb is in here, would I touch it? No, definitely not. Strong 5-minute bar here so far off the open. I'm going to close here in a couple of seconds. A big 5-minute bar. Okay, are they going to take out these levels? Yes, is the answer. All right, there's the overnight high taken. 550, the next level that we talked about. That is the high from Sunday. 554, I think it is, in the top of this red block. And when we get through that, we've gotten a little imbalance and we get a little bit thin all the way up to 600. So I'm saying if we base over 550s, there's maybe a 50-point move upside. If we push through 550s and we fail in where we're thin above 550, so I'd say we get thin basically 560 to 585. If we push above 550, if we have like a spike up into here and we fail, all right, then something like this is very possible. If we base above here and start to grind, then we can look for that trade up there. Okay, there you go. Edge of range failing already. Didn't even take out the 550s. Okay. I still think we're probably going to take out this high here. Just want to make sure, double check we haven't taken it. 552s, I think it is. 552s, 553, something like that. Probably want to see it take out that high before we make a decision. But as you can see, range to range, that's what we talked about. You trade the edges in range markets. They're my least favorite market. Anyone who's joined me for well over a year on live stream now, you will know I do not enjoy trading ranging markets. They are, for me, everything I hate. So coming right back down to the mean, or towards the mean, towards the New York view up right now. Still think we want to take out these highs, but you can see previous week value area is it previous week point of control held there, right to the tick. And down we come to the mean, back to VWAP and flow zones. So hopefully that pre-market analysis had you all prepared for this. Choppy, 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 choppy day. Imagine all the bulls who just bought up there, just got washed out, and maybe we'll come back and revisit that and take the highs out before fading later or basing later. Maybe that's enough and we get stuck underneath here. We will have to see. But for me, I'm going to wait for a failed breakout or a breakout each side of this. That's my job at the moment. That's what I'd like to do. Coming back down to where we started the day. Remember, this blue line is the New York Open right here. Oh, we do love some range rotation, don't we, market? How disgusting. Oh, you gotta laugh. You gotta laugh. What did I say? This will likely rotate and chop people up, and people that don't understand that will get hurt. Hopefully that's not you. You guys know better. If you're joining me on stream, you guys know better. Right, finding bids on that New York Open for now. Mag's still a mixed bag here. Apple and Google weaker. Meta pulling back a bit. Amazon very strong, 3.5% up on the session. Nvidia might go green to red here soon. Microsoft the same, has just gone green to red. So they're coming back to test their PDC levels, their cash settlement levels being tested soon. Wait until after 10 o'clock. Yeah, I don't blame you, Peter. News coming here in 5 minutes, 9:45 and 10 o'clock. Do not blame you. Maybe we get a move outside of the range. Remember, outside the range, we're looking for breakout retests or failed breakouts. That's what we're looking for. Patient day. Genuinely, I'm okay trading nothing today. It does not bother me at all if that's what happens. Mental capital is important, and knowing when it's your day, when it's your setup, very, very, very key. How would I use the new free indicator in this market? Well, if you're on a 5-minute right now, that new free indicator is telling you that we were bullish from the open because you got a 21 over the 200, and you could have potentially taken longs for the reclaim of the 21, which would have been from here, the same kind of level, for that push up into Asia. Right now, I'd be leaving it alone because we're coming back to test that 21 and 200. You can wait for that 21 and 200 to cross, and you can wait for us to get outside of these conditions. All right. For me personally, even though I saw this buy signal, it's not a trade I want to take. All right. I want to wait to see what we do outside of this. Once we're outside, right, then I know we're going to either use trap traders one way or another. All right, very much like yesterday. I do not want to trade in this mess. Okay, just very easily. We've swept these guys, but we've left this up here. All right, that up there is Sunday's high, where we push Sunday and also Friday. We have a little pivot point there at 554 or something like that. So I would have really liked to have seen that be taken before I think about anything else. So back down towards the bottom side of this range. Nvidia going red, Microsoft going red, Tesla going red, Google going red, Apple going red. All right. Only strong ones left now are Meta and Amazon. All right, Meta and Amazon. So previous day value area high here, coming back down into this level. If they don't hold this, we trade down into here. If they don't hold this, this is the area that I'm interested in. How do they act down here? Do they save it down there, or do we fade underneath, fail to reclaim, and stay heavy? By the way, the relative strength in ES right now is very, very, very visible. Right, it's trading right near its high, well, midpoint, but it's pushed up towards the highs, and it's holding very well. All right, very, very well on ES at the moment, not trading at these lows like we are in NQ. Okie dokie. So back down towards, coming towards the London lows. Is this the Friday close that I put on? Oh, it is. Look at that. You are a naughty market. How you are operating at the moment. Many people are getting hurt in this. I guarantee you, you will see on Twitter, well, those who are honest, will post some enormous losses today from getting chopped up. Trying the longs at the highs, trying the shorts at the lows. Fake order at 510. I don't see him. If he was small. No one of notable size. Unless you're watching this, which will be the algo. Oh, there you go. Yeah, it's an algo. Right, that's a liquidity provider. That 1011 lot, that's just a liquidity provider. Don't worry about him. He's not a genuine seller. He's just a liquidity provider on the book. Okay, back towards the view. ES very strong, folks. Right, I'm going to show you the difference right now, so we can have a quick look. ES holding and basing at these highs. Remember, nowhere near this, which is where we were as NQ. All right, so very different right now. We look very, very different. All right, ES 0.20% up, NQ 0.11% up. All right, relative strength in the ES today. So if we're going to short, probably at the moment, we were going to want to short NQ. If we get under here and we fail, NQ looks like the weaker asset, especially if Amazon and Meta start to fall off. Can I explain what it means when you say algo? Okay, look at the book map above me. All right, when I go onto this screen, you see how we have a 1,000 lot. All right, 1,000 lot at 510. This screen here is not showing individual buyers and sellers. It's also showing liquidity provided by the market makers. All right, so this is liquidity so that if we need to get up there, people can buy into that, because remember, if you're buying, you need a seller the other side of the tape for you. All right, so this is a liquidity provider. This is showing without liquidity providers, right? These are genuine buyers and sellers in the tape. This is also showing the banks providing liquidity. All right, so that's what I mean by algo. It's algorithmic generated liquidity. Okay, reclaims here. Look at ES. ES looking like it's going to break out of its high right now. Amazing strength. I have to zoom back a little bit here on ES, right? So if ES starts breaking out of these 75s, it has got liquidity to come and aim for some sort of stops around the 85s. And then beyond that, 91s. Beyond that, 91s. Big if right now, but that is the if. Still no trade for me. All right, midpoint of the range. Midpoint of the range right now. All right, what can happen here? Well, they can trap and go up. They can have done an internal sweep and come right back down. I do not give a damn what they do inside of here. All right, I'm sticking to my rules, leaving it alone until it comes to levels that I'm interested in. We've just had some news come out 9:45. We've got more coming in 15 minutes at 10 o'clock. If you're on this stream and you're thinking, God, this guy's not trading, you're right. I am not trading. I'm not trading this right now. I'm waiting. I'm not clicking buttons. You're not going to find me like other streams, clicking buttons as soon as the market opens, guessing on action. I will trade my setups and my setups only. That's what makes me profitable. If you start clicking randomly, you're asking for it. Paying attention here, folks. New York view up, 24-hour view up, flow zones, deep pullbacks, algo lines, New York open, previous day value area high, all pinned in what, like 20, 30 points? No, thank you. No, thank you. All right, this is amateur hour here. No, thanks. ES going for that breakout. No, unfortunately not, Peter. I don't have the... I love Pat, but I don't have the capital that he has from affiliates of $1 million plus a month. I think he's making at the moment. Insane amount of money from affiliates. Fair play to him. He's been grinding a long time for that. He deserves it. All right, here's the 10s. So let's see if this liquidity provider was used. No, he just moved up, right? Just providing liquidity, all right, like we talked about. So why we ignore that chart. All right, FBO here so far on the ES. Failing to break out of that high of 75. So it's tapped into 674.75 a few times. Hasn't broken out of that whole number, that quarters. Back to VWAP we come. Big selling here. Back to VWAP on the ES. Big selling on the ES after that fail break. Coming back down towards its lows at the moment. All right, we might be attacking these lows here at this point if this is going to start to fail. Oof, big wash, big wash. Back down to previous day value area high. If pops start to fail here, I think we run into this blue box at the lows, and then we have to see. That's major selling. Look at that fail breakout on ES causing this major selling back down towards this area here. Bear with me, folks. I've got to turn this aircon off. It's just gone on. It's freezing. All right, so ES, big wash from 75s. That down towards the 65, 66s, lower time frame algo and VWAP there on the ES. We're at previous day value area high here on the Qs. This is still potential edge. All right, so we're still trading edge to edge. Edge to edge underneath here. We can look for this or we can look for this. All right, fail breakout underneath here or breakout underneath here is what I'm watching. recovered already, so didn't even get there. So still nothing to do. ES finding a big bid off that VWAP and lower time frame algo. Anyone that's trading the flow zones, that lower time frame algo on ES just got absorbed to the tick. They're using it as an under over today. Ten minutes in until we get that 10 o'clock news. Almost there for the 10 o'clock news, and then we're free and clear. Range for this day so far, 20 minutes in, just 91 points in this rotation. All right, so imagine if you take a trade now, midpoint in the range, you basically got to risk 45 points each side for a one-to-one. Yes, George, like very high probability of a choppy day. Very, very high probability, especially with NFP tomorrow. All right. I don't know if you're joining late, but it's exactly what we talked about. How many traders getting stuck? Lots and lots and lots and lots, I promise you. Yeah, we had some news at 9:45. Didn't do too much, but the 10 o'clock news probably slightly more important given the data it will provide for inflation. So remember, services have been like the sort of lagging indicator on inflation. So they'll be interested in that. What they'll be more interested in is tomorrow. Not just the numbers tomorrow. Do they revise the old numbers? We know that they love to play that game of doing revisions on old numbers. Oh, we got it wrong. Who remembers last year? I think they got NFP wrong by like 80% wrong. Some horrific print that they put out and then changed a few weeks after. So it'd be interesting to see if they're cooking the books. Oh, sorry, we miscalculated non-farm payrolls by 250,000. I think it was 280,000 or something ridiculous that they miscalculated it by last year during Biden's reign. Horrific. Okay, ES failing up there again. Still chopping in the ES. Just zoom out a little bit since the open. We're chopping, but it's failing the highs and absorbing the lows. 7 minutes left till news. I've still not pushed a button. I've not pushed a button yet. So QQQ stuck under its VWAP. Those 5 minute bars look absolutely horrific. SPY is over its VWAP. VIX is trading down towards the low of day, even though we're not moving higher right now. It's sort of basing out in these 16s. 16s are a big level. Failing 16s on the VIX, we trade down to 1560s. Failing that, we trade down to 15s. Hold a bait and base at 16s. I want to see VIX take out 1633s and then rip up to those 17s. We do that, this market starts to get heavy. So in a holding pattern here for news, you can see boxed in inside this. All right, just contracting with a failed breakout of the highs, but we left these 55s or whatever it is that I was interested in. So one thing I'd be very cautious of, that we left those. If you're wondering what I'm talking about, if we go to like a, oh, do it on here, 1H maybe, we'll see it. These guys here, all right, and we got swing stops in there. What I want to see is a failed breakout do that, or a push and a base above. Okay, and then the same here. Below or a failed breakout and turn inside. We can play longs we can play shorts. We can play longs for a base above. We can play shorts for a base below. We can play longs for a fail break. We can play shorts for a fail break. All right, but I'm waiting to test each side of that range. If it protects it, it's going to be not too interesting for me to trade. The bookmap can't help with range. I don't need the bookmap really to help with the range. I mean, you can see there's some bids here, but all it's really showing me is passive players in the tape, and then I can use the level 2 if I want to see people flying in and any sort of big delta left, but there's nothing right now. Right. We're waiting for these 10 o'clock numbers. Back down towards the bottom side of this range now. ES coming back down to its VWAP for, I don't know, the second or third time today in this session. All right, this is the Friday open close kind of level we talked about. That's your sort of gap from Friday. We're holding above that gap right now, which means any seller since Friday is currently trapped. All the time we're holding this, any seller since Friday's trapped. Remember, all the actions happened under this for Sunday, what was tradable on Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and today. Anyone under that is trapped. If you're wondering what I'm talking about, let's go to like 4 hour. Okay, this was the Friday close. Everyone who's breakout short under this right now is trapped. If we keep holding this, we are opening up a squeeze potential. There's the reaction. So they're still bidding off these lows without a sweep. ES looks much, much stronger than NQ. Much, much stronger. News coming here in 3 minutes. We're almost there, folks. If you've been patient, you're almost there. What is the most effective footprint delta divergence or bookmap? They're two different things, but you can have footprint charts on bookmap. So you can have both. But if you're using footprint charts and you're looking for that delta divergence on those candles, probably easier to see it there. All right, ES going for the breakout as we're approaching into news. All right, going for the breakout as we're approaching into news. We're stuck right at VWAP. Where we open the day, we're stuck right there. 2 minutes left, under 2 minutes left. I just want to get through this news and we can see what's what. Just had a think, how many other traders have already blown their accounts this morning? Trying to go short, trying to go long, trying to go short, trying to go long, trying to go short, trying to go long. Have we come to a key level? No. All right, be a sniper in the market. Don't walk in a room and spray around. All right, those of you who play Call of Duty, think about how you would play. If you're a good player, you wait for someone to do something stupid and then you go in attack. It's the same in the market. You don't be a noob and walk in and just start spraying everywhere, right? It's how you're going to get killed. So you just wait. You got to wait, folks. Yes, looks much, much stronger than the Qs, I've got to say. Looks really good. SPY above the VWAP. It's trying to base. ES above its New York VWAP and 24-hour VWAP. Trying to base. Spray and pray. Yes, exactly, Troy. It's the noob way, isn't it? Spray and pray. Walk into a room with your eyes closed. Play in hardcore mode. Shoot all your teammates. Have them screaming down the mic at you. That was me in my teenage years, I think. Hey, Scott. Morning from Texas. Nice. Where in Texas are you, buddy? Are you still on the road, if you're there? Or have you settled for a bit? All right, here's the news, folks. Here we go. Here's the news, folks. All right, so diving down into these key levels, finding absorption. The book has completely thinned out other than 550s. We're starting to see some orders come back in here. You can see the battle. We're not really moving too much considering. Let me check the actual print. $52 versus 50 is what I'm seeing at the moment. Let's check Juice, Mr. Juice. Where's the other details? Waiting for the reprints here. Well, no change. That's not good. That the news has not moved us out of this range. ISM came in at 52, forecast with 51. Employment 46.5 versus 46.7. That's pretty much in line. Prices paid 69.2 versus 69.5. That's pretty much in line. New orders came in slightly higher. Dollar having a push off that. So is gold selling off that then? Yes. Oh, well, nothing to do here, folks. I'm sorry. Right now, there is nothing to do. Not for me anyway. W's on all accounts. What did you take then? What did you take then? I wonder. Maybe you faded that. I don't know. Okay, back down into these lows. ES coming back down towards its low that we put in a little while ago. Protecting this blue box. Remember, this is where we get interesting now. If we sweep and we hold, or we base underneath and we start to fail. All right, these are the levels of interest down here. How the market operates here is going to be very, very, very important. All right, so we just took out London low, reacting off that. If we're going to get heavier, we're going to go for Asia low. If we start basing underneath 430s, 420s, we can go all the way back down towards 350s from yesterday. The chop continues here, folks. New low of day coming on ES here by the looks of it. What was that morning print? Oh, no, it's not actually. It's got to trade all the way under 63s. So just new low of this tiny little range we created this morning. Not expanding low day yet. That was incorrect. Why is my initial balance not showing on it? All right, stronger selling coming here on ES, coming back down to PDH here. Key levels coming up here, folks. How we act here is absolutely pivotal. Absolutely pivotal now. We're letting go of Friday at the moment. And if they absorb here, we're into previous week value area low. If how we act at previous day point of control and this blue box all around here is key. If we start letting go of this, it can wash aggressively. If we sort of come underneath and reclaim, okay, this is the test underneath now. This is key now. Starting to do the moves that we're interested in. So tapping into Asia here. So remember the plan pre-market, you got two opportunities here. They get stuck here and they wash. They trade underneath, they reclaim, and we go back to the top side of the range. Those are the two things. Failed breakouts and confirmed breakouts, right? That's what we're looking at right now. ES coming back down into a demand spot here, right? So we're underneath it. ES is in it. So watching this now. Watching these areas here. If they reject here now. Remember, we're under Friday's close now. we start rejecting 50s, that kind of area, we move lower. If we start reclaiming it, then sellers get trapped down here and we move back up inside what we've built out this morning. So I'd say, yeah, 50s, 60s look kind of key around here. It's edge of value. Right, if they reject that, they build some liquidity like this, or down here, we roll. They reclaim this, this is the move. Previous day point of control here, this is value from yesterday now. ES still looking weak, market looking heavy here so far. Does ES want to close its gap? SPY not quite closed either. QQQ under its gap already, so just watching carefully here. ES has left that 58 so far. Okay, here's the trade back upside. So this is key now, how we act. Like we talked about, into 50s and 60s, how we act there will be key. If we reject that, we are going to sell lower. If we reclaim it, we are going to squeeze back inside the range. Sellers on the tape here at 23,500. It's way, way higher than what they're playing up there. Trying to act like a magnet. Chance for a bear flag here. Watching carefully. See how we operate. This was the move we talked about towards the 50s. Rejecting 50s so far. Don't want to get caught at lower days, so just watching the tape closely here. This is where it gets dangerous, all right, because it's the first test back inside this blue box. First test of PDC. This yellow line is PDC. This gold line is Friday, all right? This is your key over-under, all right? This here is your key over-under for this or for this, okay? So still nothing for me yet, just waiting. ES so far rejecting PDH. I want to see if ES is going to reject PDH and wants to make a run to PDC, we might get that move on the cues that we're looking for. Maybe back down to previous day value area low if it wants to get very, very aggressive down into here. But this is the edge of the range. We know so far this week and this month and this year, sellers have failed to take control when they've had the ability. This could be another edition of those sellers failing. Let's see. Yeah, Asia low got swept there, correct. We're trading back in towards London at the moment. We said the 50s and 60s key. If build out a bear flag and reject that, we trade lower. If we reclaim it, reclaim previous day value area high, we probably go all the way back to the highs of today's session. Because that means we've tested one side, failed breakout, and come back to the other side. Remember, so far, failure up here. We have to see if they fail into this here to trade lower or not. All right. Really that simple. Big cluster of volume underneath us there, where this POC is. Yeah, so far rejecting that PDH. Cannot reclaim PDH so far. Those sellers just lifted on the offer, so game's already starting to take place. So 500 lifted, moved to, oh, he's already up there, and he pulled some of his size off there as well. Lots of games. Says he added higher. 550 and 600. Okay. ES reattempting that low at the moment. So do we get the breakdown here on NQ or not? Or do they trap sellers down here and just rip it back up? ES looking weaker now, coming back down, testing towards its lower day at the moment. Where's liquidity on ES? It is resting lower. It is resting lower. Okay. Here goes ES, new attempt at the lows. If it fails to break those lows, shorts will get trapped. If it breaks those lows, we might drag down the market. Watching this now. New lower day here on ES. It wants to go to PDC. You can see it's looking for PDC here on ES. So if you're short on ES, you're looking for your first fill down to 457.50s or 457.25. NQ holding very, very well here. Relative strength at these lows. Might just need a second leg up. 1, 2, maybe then we see that failure. What's going to be hard is if it does this second leg and ES already completes its objective. We're trading back towards London at the moment. Talking fast here, I know, folks, but having to be a little bit agile here. New lower day attempt again on ES. Something in my eye. Everything red now other than Meta and Amazon. Everything else gone red on the day. Still holding well here. Still no short for me yet. Letting this build out. We can do another leg and then fail into value. It would be good. I want to be careful if we build out too much volume here. Think about what happened yesterday when they failed to break lower, those shorts. That's been the story in the market for a while. So if we fail to break lower, shorts will get stuck here. That's why I'm being very, very hesitant and waiting to see how we act. No confirmation of a breakdown yet. Very willing to play back upside, remember, like we talked about. If we have a failure to break lower here, a hold of POC, they can trap shorts down here and trade back inside. Moment, it feels like ES has got unfinished business. That's what it feels like to me. VIX finding a bid of those 16s. Backtest PDL here on VIX. That's going to be key. Same as ES backtesting PDH. These levels are key. So we're at PDC right now. Here's your 50s and 60s test that we talked about. Reclaim this, open to a squeeze. Fail this, open to new lows. Don't want to be first in this. Not looking to be first. Not getting alignment here as well. Weekly bullish, daily neutral, H4 bullish, H1 bearish, M30 neutral, M15 neutral, M5 about to go bearish if it confirms a failure anywhere under 80. So reclaiming, here's your 60s. Remember, this is where we just broke down from. Reclaim this, we squeeze all the way up, back up. Okay, so ES coming to view up here. So open to a squeeze now. If they start to base, we would need to see a higher low now formed on a pullback. And if they don't form that, then they've just done a really deep squeeze to fail. So I'm still open to trading both sides at the moment. But if we can hold a higher low here versus somewhere here, if we hold 50 or 60s, if we hold something in here, I'm open to this. If we come under here and get stuck, then I'm definitely playing short. All right, but I want to see a higher low to take out this liquidity if we're going to do that move. All right, if we're going to do this move, I want to see that. If we fail under here, then this is just a deeper retracement to reject previous day value and a rotation, which is what we're seeing at the moment. It's very, very tricky. This is why I'm not a fan of range days, because you have to be so agile. Watching ES. Chart my own here. There we go. All right, if they fail this, we're going to move down. If they create like a mini head and shoulders here, we will move lower. If they hold this bid, its squeeze potential is key levels. It's like a flip of a coin right now. Looks more bearish to me at the moment. Rejecting this volume, 55s. See if they reject 55s. If they reject 55s, we're going to trade lower. That's the rejection of 55s. Okay. In short, small size, just in case. Don't like how dangerous this is here, but that rejection of this low volume seems key, and that Friday level. So short here, looking to see if we can take out this low and expand lower. Here we go, fantastic. All right, little piece off there into POC. Being very careful. If ES closes its gap, we need to be careful if it reacts off that gap fill. SPY very close to already closing its gap. So cash close. ES just lagging behind a tiny bit. Here's POC. Come on, give me one more flush. Give me one more flush here. Give me one more flush. Beautiful. All right, lovely. Runners now. Let's fucking go. Let's be patient for that, baby. So you can tell I'm chilling now. Made my money and just letting to see if runners work. If we reclaim, then that's fine. Gap filled on ES. Reaction off that gap fill. Oh, it's literally like playing a computer game. I hope so, Foster Scott. I really hope so, because if we start melting, if they don't trap shorts here and they let go, right, we have the opportunity to reprice this thin structure from yesterday. All right, if we keep rejecting under here now, we have the opportunity to come all the way back down to value. But I just want to be careful because every time NQ's had the ability for sellers to step in, it's failed. All right, like here and here and here, and even at these lows, here and even here with this double bottom. But this we talked about, it's a weak low. We can come back for that. I think we come back for that tomorrow if we're going to get weak, but who knows? Lovely jubbly. I know I was talking quick and you had to be quick there with me today. I know, folks, I know, but it's unfortunately sometimes how the market is. So runners here, looking to see if we get expansion. ES starting to let go. You do not want to see reclaims of these levels now, all right? You do not want to see reclaims. You want to see these buyers in this market remain trapped to go lower. Yeah, you need to see those buyers remain trapped. If those buyers do not remain trapped, we can still have a failed breakout down here if those buyers do not remain trapped. We've closed the gap on ES and SPY, so the low-hanging fruit's gone so far. This low volume node was key. See this rejection here, that was key. Once we saw this is volume built out. We protected that. There's your bear flag. They didn't hold 550s like we talked about for a higher low. They failed it. So like I said, I'm open to playing both ways. When we're ranging, you've got to be flexible. You've got to be flexible. All right, they might build out some more structure here. Let's have a quick look on the book down below. 375 on the book. I like to see that. Where's top side? Over 500. Gun fingers. My garage fingers. We did it again. W's in chat. You US traders would be like, what is he doing? But from the UK, you know that voice very well. Big W. Nice coupe. Love it. Love it, love it, love it. Yes, we need a gun finger emoji, don't we? Nice, Priska. Lovely. Lovely work. All those in the Flow Zone community. We were prepared for this. We were prepared for this. We had to be very patient. We ignored all of this. We waited for one side to get stuck. Who got stuck? All right, we waited. Just think about what's happened today so you can learn from it. There's the liquidity. There's the fail underneath. There's the retest. We weren't too sure here if they were going to hold, but once we saw this, short, easy money, take your profits. If they continue, then we come lower. If they reclaim, this is still available. It's still available if they really want to reclaim. But we were prepared. We're in a see money, take money environment. Remember, ES has fulfilled its obligation of filling its gap. It's fulfilled its obligation of filling its gap. It's finding a bid off there. It's already, I don't know, 9 points higher off that gap fill. Yeah, lots of you got it by the look of it. Troy got it. Jeff got it. Omalabi got it. Love it. Well done. Well done, folks. VIX is barcoding. It is. Well, it's a big level. It keeps rejecting previous day low, but these 16s are a big level. If you look back to the sort of high we put in last Friday, yeah, we're bouncing off it so far. We're protecting that high. All right, we're protecting that high from Friday. Jekko got it. Nice. I think must have missed a message from you, Foster Scott. Where is it? I can't see it. Tyson got it. Oh, I've missed loads of you here. Sergio got it. Nice work, folks. Nice work. What I love about the chat here is it's the regulars each and every day making money and you guys support each other. I love it. The positivity. It's important. It's important to trade as a team. My ethos when we made Flowzone as a community was I want to work like a proper brokerage house and prop firm. We need to be supporting each other. We need to be looking out for trades. I won't see every setup. I won't see every trade. I'll know what I'm looking for. But if we can create a good ethos and a good team, it would be great. All right, back into this low volume. This is where we rejected before. All right, right here. If they stay heavy here, we trade lower. If they start reclaiming it, squeezes on. My run has just got taken out. Yeah, same. Same. I can always re-enter here. Got it from 50 to 10s. 50 to 10s. Yeah, basically same as me. Very nice. Very, very nice. T-Ball, great work. Bowden's at work. That's okay, mate. You get your chance another day. All right, so we've got a big seller here. If you look at the book map above me right now, big seller just turned up at just above 475, 600 lot. Now he's moved down from 500. He's the same guy. If we zoom out here, right, you can see this guy here. He's pulled his order and moved down here. So they're trying to protect sort of 75s. Now, the other argument for that is he's going to lift it as soon as we get there because he has been spoofing all morning. So do I trust that order? No, is the easy answer. I do not trust him. Do not trust him. Now, sellers right now, they will not want to see this base over sort of 35s, this level here, where we've just sort of squeezed above this wick. All right. If we base above here, sellers will get in trouble. All right. So they will want to see this fail and trade lower. If they hold this level here, sellers will get caught, just like yesterday, which is why I keep saying, see money, take money. This is the edge of the old range. Oh, it's gonna not let me do it, is it? This is the edge of the old. This is the edge of the old range. This can be a failed breakout if they start reclaiming this. If we fail breakout one side of the range, where do we go? Other side of the range. Remember, we have unfinished business up here, which we didn't take out this morning. So I am concerned. Think about all these stops. So this is the channel we're in at the moment. All right, start reclaiming this. This is available. All right, there we go. So short's getting stuck again. It's been the story of this market for quite a while now. Shorts attacking the lows, not being see money, take money, and getting caught. Do you plan to extend trend friend indicator, maybe to add some kind of S&P VIX divergence line? No, I don't. I mean, I'm giving so much for free, Peter. What am I supposed to do? Spend all my money for everyone all the time and all my time? I do have a life. There is an edition coming out for Ninja Trader, though, but it will be paid. It will be cheap, but it will be paid because I've had to pay an engineer to do it. Whereas Pine Script, I wrote myself. Okay, back to view up. So what have we done now? Basically, this is your IB low currently, and we've gone back to view up. Squeeze is on here. Squeeze is on here currently. This is same story every single day at the moment. They've protected those lows, and the squeeze is on. So If we start producing a higher low here, we're going to go back to the other side of the range. ES coming back to where it found volume this morning. We have trap buyers up here on ES. ES is already trading way up here. Way, way, way up there. Hilarious. Hilarious market. Here we go. So ES back into its volume shelf. And this thing's in a gigantic squeeze now. Can we find a way of getting involved? That's the bigger question. If we're going to go all the way back to the highs, because we have unfinished business up here. So we had the breakdown. We've had a failed breakdown. Now we're looking to see if we can join for the move back towards highs. If this just squeezes straight up, it's going to be pretty hard. Just what it looks like it's going to do. Because these guys here are the stops, right? So it's cleared this guy, it's going to clear this guy, and then clear this guy. We want to see something like this for this rotation. No, buy arrow not available yet because we've not converted these yet, all right? So buy arrow here this morning because we went bullish, sell arrow here because we went bearish. These haven't all swapped positions yet. If we start basing here, you might get a buy arrow. ES back to that high of day. I wonder if there's some options. Gamma exposure up here because just looking at that on ES looks gross. Let me check SPX out. Same kind of story. Okay, ES bailing its highs. Here's the pullback. Waiting to see if they hold now. They want to protect this low volume node, 56 is same kind of area. They're going to need to protect it down here. $6,470 Gavin wall on SPX. It's a little bit higher then. So they're selling in front of it into 65s. Okay, thanks for that, mate. Very useful. It looked like it had some kind of gamma wall there. That's very useful. Where are you getting your Gex levels from, Julian? You using Tide or something? It's coming down to this low volume again. Remember, they need to protect this, bulls. If they protect this, we can trade higher. If they let go of it, it's big trouble. ES back to view up again. So the chop continues in this mid part of this range. You built it. Oh, that's cool. Very cool. I like that. Okay, pullback holding here. In long here. Small position. See if we reclaim view up and squeeze. Lovely. That's nice. Can we hold view up now on the next little micro pullback and then squeeze towards higher day? So I'd want view up and 75 to hold basically. Otherwise, take this off. Needs to hold this. Needs to hold this. He is holding view up very well. The dance here. Q's at the view up. SPY relative strength. Nvidia just gone red to green. Microsoft the same. I want to see Tesla do the same and Apple do the same. I see us protect previous day value area high here. Ideally 75s. It's where this little wick high is right here that we just pivoted over. Right here. The rejection of previous week value area low to the upside. Here, very nice. Yeah, first pullback, very nice. We're just stuck here in this volume shelf on ES at the moment, and you can see it's dense volume here for us as well. Right, but if we can trade through this, then we go for an upside squeeze back towards the high of day because we've got unfinished business up there. We have got unfinished business up here right now for me. We talked about it. There's lots of hourly levels up there. Yeah, IB now set. Right here, lower day and higher day. Here we go. 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 Keep going. Keep going. Break out this high. Yes. Now we go. High day. High day. High day. Let's go. 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 No faffing. No faffing. Want to see ES breakout. Come on. So we've traded shorts underneath the lows. And once we had the fail breakdown, we're trading long back in. Long from these 75s, looking for this squeeze. Come on. Boom. Here's 500s. Get through the 500s, please. Here we go. Love, 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 love. Let's go high day. Let's go high day. Let's rip some faces. Let's rip some faces because we're in a range rotation. All right, folks. So very easy. Short. We were short here. Taking partials into this. I'm long from here. Partials here. Looking to take this level out here. And if we run these stops, we should use that to get juice up into that. And then I'll be risk off here. Why? Because range. Range. Why was I more confident in taking this than here earlier in the day? Because we'd already taken out lows. So we'd done the failed breakout. It's easier to trade upside at that point because we've taken a key level out. Yes, exactly, Peter. Go, 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 go. I've taken some off into 500s here. ES is breaking out of the highs, right? Well, at least it swept its initial balance, right? So it's taken its high day already. Just be aware of that. We're lagging behind, all right? We need to be all the way up here, which is where ES is. So if ES starts failing here, we might trade back down a little bit. So see money, take money. See money, take money, please. You got 550 on the book up here. I think we have someone at 600. We did. Yes, we do. We still have someone at 600. So you never know. You never know. We might get a payday here, team. VIX breaking down here, 1578s. Back to highs. Yes, ideally, Jack. Ideally, we need ES to have some strength, but ideally, we're looking to run those highs because we have unfinished business on the hourly above those highs. But just above those high days, we have some unfinished business. So I'm looking to take those out if possible. But again, see money, take money because ES is stuck at its initial balance. We have a GEX level, gamma exposure level on SPX. Forget. Was it 70s? Did you say it was 70s? I think Julian said it was 70s. So you can see every time we trade up here, we keep failing on ES. It's got to find a bid to trade through it. If it can't find a bid to trade through it, then the market will just get stuck up here. You don't want to be too aggressive up here. Remember, I'm long from down here, taking partials. I would love to see this traded through at 12s. If it doesn't want to do it, it doesn't want to do it. Because 1, 2, if it wants to fail, come all the way back down here, it can do it. We're in a range rotation. It can do whatever the bloody hell it wants. These hourly bars look awful. They look absolutely awful. How long do I hold my runner for? That's the question. Come on, get going. Get back through those 500s. He's failing into this 500. I just want to see it pop through and take out 510s, 511, 512s, and then 550s we can hold for. It needs to show me some strength, though. Needs to show me some strength, Mr. NQ. Come on. You're almost there. Get through the 500s and do a 10-point squeeze, and then we can see what's what. Come on, it's not that hard. Come on. You're almost there. You're tapping it. Here we go, baby. Here we go, baby. Come on, be kind. Be kind to the team. Up you go. Get through the 10s, please. Zoom this in a bit. Who's in here? Must be a refresh seller in there. 5s, 7s, 12s. There's a refresh seller coming back in. Come on. I know you want to do it. Oh, let's go. All right, off you go now. Get out the way, 10s. Get out my way. We're coming for 50s. Get out my way. Let's get paid. Make sure you're paying yourself on the way. Squeeze McSqueeze. Bone a candle. Now. Go, go, go. Give me it. Give me it. Give me it. Come on. These stops here. Just give me it through these guys here at 12. What's this exact level? 12.50. Through that, we should get a nice little ripperoo. If I leave and get a coffee, do you think it would do it? Okay, let's try. Come on. Come on. Come on. Get out of there. Get out of there. All those haters talking so much crap on my YouTube would never turn up live. I hope you're watching now. Come on, team. Let's make this money. All right. Partial out into here, please. And we're looking to expand into here because we've got hourly highs sat up here right now. All right. So we're looking to take out 54.25, basically. Let's just call it 55. Right. Through 55, we have breakout potential and fail breakout potential. All right. So once we get through here, all right, we should do an hourly stop run. All right. There's 3 hourly candles like this up here. If we take them out, we might get a squeeze. You must take some money off into there. If we base above this, turn this into demand, great. If we don't, then we get a fail breakout. And guess what? We come back to the other side of the range, just like this down here, right? Just like this guy. We can do the same up here. It's very, very possible. Don't know what to say, team. You guys all laughing at me. We're making the stream fun. We're making the stream fun. Let's go. W's in chat. Hopefully you guys are in this. I've still got a runner on here. Looking to take out those 54s. And you know what it's like? Every time I leave to go for a pee or get a coffee, it does it. It does it. All right. They're adding at 50s on the book here. 550s. You can see they're adding 540s, 550s, 555. This guy here has just come on at the level we want to take out. All right. Come on, buyers. I like to see this. Aggressive buying. I just want to see it run up now on aggressive buying. Feel like him today. Make sure you're paying yourself as we come in. I said you got to pay yourself some as we come in here, all right? These are key levels. These are key levels. Make sure you're paying yourself as we're coming into them. Do not overstay your welcome. You should be runners only. We're coming back into the Asia high right now. So far this morning, we've got failed breakout above that. Do I think we can trade above that today? Yes. Yes, I do. Do I think you should pay yourself today? Yes. Yes, I do. So make sure you're paying yourself and then you're runners, right? Do not be adding late in the day up here in a range, right? You're asking for problems if you're adding late in a range. See what you guys are saying. Dojo, I'm back to 9 to 5. Nice. Have a good day. Leron. Troy saying, let's go, baby. Wow, you're pumped up today. Yeah, it's just, I'm trying to be positive, you know. JD, that's one way to do the Warriors. So, yes. I'm not quite like him. I don't play some cheeseball music. I just dance like a goon. One runner left. Nice work, Peter. Jack with a good day. Ken, crap, forgot I was doing a 25k max profit 750. Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. You make more money later on. Don't worry about it. T with a W, Mike with a W, Troy with a W, Peter with a W. Coop says W, let's can go. Biggest day of the week, baby. Runner still on. Love to see it. Calypso with a W. Thought I was going to break into the hacker. Yeah. DJ Noah wants me to go and pee again, so it gets up there. Yeah, I bet you do. Who else we got on here? So what you're saying, the chair trades better when it's a chair stream. Yeah, that's true. When Invisible Man trades it better than me. You know it's a good day when David Brent comes out. Yeah, exactly. Alex, I'm fully out early. Only had one contract to play. Here, we're going to squeeze here, folks. It's trying really hard here. What would you need to see it get back in? I wouldn't be getting back in here. So what I'd wait for now is a break and base, right? A breakout and a base here for this move here. So that might look maybe a little two-leg and a trap underneath some like internal lows for this move here if it really wants to do it. But remember, we're in a range, right? So we've had the easy moves today, right? Here to here, fail breakout, reclaim, here to here. Think about what we went over this morning. We've basically seen it, and I'm pretty sure I put the pathing in Discord. I think I did. Did I path this in Discord? So early this morning, can't even think. Brain is a little bit all over the place. Yes, we did go over it. All right, so we're starting to see. There's the failed breakdown. So you have this leg here trade lower. This is what we traded to the short side, if you guys can see that. And then we pivoted and we've traded upside. So we've traded one leg down. We're trading this leg up. So the next thing is this move here. If it bases above, or if it does any of these fail breakouts, or this, no, this is below. Any of these moves here above and fail breakout, then we trade back into the range. Okay. So we're just trading in this block here at the moment. So I would not be long on the next pullback for this. For me personally, because if they want to fail, all right, if they're like, no, F you all, we're protecting this, we're coming all the way back down, they can, because we're not in a trending environment, right? So not in a trending environment. Hopefully that makes sense for you, Silem. But awesome trading. You're a real professional trader. I was in both of the large trades with you. Nice work, buddy. Aga, small W. Nice. Ken got it. Johnny P. The trucker just got an additional payday. You're awesome. Boom. Love to see it. Nice work. Make sure if you're new to the stream, hit me with a like on here. Make sure you're liking the stream. Share it with your friends. The bigger we get, the more giveaways we do. Abraham with the W. Bart, great tutorial on how to trade range. Marek, I am very green. Love to hear it. Priska, biggest day ever from Priska. Priska's one of my students starting to get payouts. I love to see it. Russell Cooper with the W. Troy, runner's still going. Great work, Alex and the team. Dre the trader, big W. $500 more to pass my funded futures. $1 eval that you won September the 1st. Wow, you've done that quick. 4 days in. Nice work. Nice work. Tyson couldn't get the long. Made my target on the way down. Much fun to watch. Hey, that's fine, Tyson. That's fine. You made your money. Your job is to not trade anymore, right? Your job is to not trade. Once you make your money, you get off and you come back. Mike, Alex, you teach us to play the edges every day, and I'm grateful. Today is amazing. Great. Working on your third win, Dean. Nice. We're starting to see a two-leg pullback here, folks. Right? It's what you're starting to see. Just be very, very careful coming into this volume cluster. They failed to protect here. And they're failing the edge so far, all right? For me, I'm not really interested. Even though I think we can trade higher, I'm not interested at the moment in an ad. I'm watching ES into its IB and where we broke out from, really, just below 73s on the ES. NRS Green, Adam, joined the Discord course today. Got a win. Thank you, sir. Yes, I saw that you joined. Nice to have you in the team. Looking forward to working with you, Adam. Adam, our latest member. I think there's about 10 new members joined this week so far, or since I left. When was it? Last Friday I left, didn't I? For my birthday. Okay. So mental reset here. We wait for the next trade now. If at all, what's the time here? Coming into 10:45. So trading back into this cluster. All right, failing to take out the highs. Relative weakness in NQ because ES took out the highs, right? ES already taken out the highs. Basing on POC right now. Just sort of having a little look around at what everything's doing. I still think we can move higher. It's just got to be very careful in a ranging market to think about grabbing new longs. If we zoom out here, let me just change the stream to a higher time frame. All right, think about this hourly down here. Looks kind of gross, doesn't it? Fail break of the highs. Remember, these are the guys that I really want to take out into this imbalance. That's where I really want to get. We talked about 500. All right, we've talked about 500. Think about what we said on the newsletter, 500 and 600. Anyone that gets the free newsletter, it's a big under over 500 and 600. This level here, big under over. So failed that this morning, dipped underneath, failed underneath, traded back inside. All right, so are we going to do one of these? Are we going to do one of these? Do we just protect and do this all day today? And then on NFP, do something like that, or do something like that. Very possible. Very possible. Morning, Aaron. How you doing? All right, so second leg pullback. Feels like it's finished. If we start reclaiming this, we're going to go for highs, I think, if we start reclaiming it. A lot of sun coming into this room. Close that down before it goes into my eyes. It still feels like it wants to move up. If ES breaks out here through the highs, we are going to go and take out those 550s. Sellers here at 515, 525, 537. Big seller at 537, 400 lot. And then 550s. So I still think we want to move upside. It's just we need to be aware that ES has already done that job. Mag 7. Tesla down 1/3%. Nvidia basically flat, 0.04% down on the day. Microsoft 0.39% up. Meta 2.26% up. Google 1.53% down. Amazon 2.86% up. Apple 0.43% down. As a whole, if they were equally weighted as an index, we're up 0.81%, but they're not equally weighted. So Nvidia, the biggest one, is flat, and Google is down, and Apple's down. I still think we want to move higher here, especially if Nvidia finds a bid. But let's see. Failed breakout here so far on ES. Unable to break the high of day so far. So far. I just want to see us trade up into here. Big lot up here for a reason. Look at all this liquidity. It's all higher. We want to get up into it. Come on, market. Come on, market. You can do it. You can do it. We've done the 2-leg. Can you go higher? Can ES break out? And then only then can I really think about the next trade. That's why I want it to do it. I need to see something up here because we need to see either a failed breakout or a breakout and retest up here. Just like here. Fail breakdown, this move. Think about this move, this little quasi. All right. This move here, possible. Or if we were looking for that, which we were looking for, will be one of these. Right. And ideally, it doesn't just do that. Ideally, it builds out lots of shorts in something like this. Right, if we're going to do something like that. Hey. What do I use for the market maker information? You mean, are you talking about on Bookmap? It's the usual one. The normal Bookmap will show you market makers, right? If you use the light, it will filter out market makers. Yeah, if you move from BMD to light, that's the difference. Right, so this is showing all orders, including liquidity providers. This is not. Let's turn the brightness of that up a little bit. It's better. Yeah, still trying to do that breakout. It wants to break out here. It wants to break out here on the yes. It's got room to go if it does. Come on, NQ. Go on then. Go on, just squeeze. Enough of the fannying already. Don't be scared of this guy. He's gonna leave as soon as you get up there. He's gonna disappear. Small third win, going for the ES high. Nice, Dean. Here we go. Here we go. His 20s. Come and take these 40s out. I would not be surprised to see this guy lift. All right, so we're front running him at the moment. Everyone keeps selling in front of him. I would not be surprised if this guy at 540 disappears. He's actually at 537s. Yeah, 537s. You can see everyone's front running it. They're all scared. They're all scared. Yes, with a fail breakout again, back to initial balance. Like I said, it wouldn't be a buy here. I want it to squeeze higher because I want that next play to set up, and we'll only get that next play to set up if we are able to take out those highs. Yeah, still baiting. Still basing. Spiders look good. Change these RBS levels. Qs just a little bit more stuck. Relative weakness today in the Qs. They're still above VWAP. Still got a chance to take out that liquidity higher. Telling you, still got a chance to go and do it. Open. Thank you, mate. Yeah, I'm still holding open for more. All right, so I can show you, I've done some measured moves of where I think open might want to go. All right, off this last pullback. All right, we are looking very, very good. All these short sellers want to talk all this crap. Remember, I used to be a short seller in stocks like this. So I understand where they get stuck and how they get stuck. This is what I want to see us move through. There's liquidity here at 640 through that into sevens, 780s measured move, and then all the way up here. I think it's possible we're going to do a giant squeeze because more and more shorts keep piling into this. All right, but we are starting to prove. All right, think about all the short sellers who are playing versus liquidity levels here, 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 here. All right, they're starting to get stuck. They got really excited on a tiny little pullback day here. Well, hourlies and 4 hours are telling me we've got a chance for expansion. Remember, I'm long from just under 2. I'm long from here. So we get up here. We get to 8s. I'll be a very happy man. Very happy man. We look good. I know if I go in some runes like IU and stuff like that, they will be piling in there right now. Happy about every little pullback move, but I'm swing long, so I don't really care. Okay, still look good. Still trying to get up to those 37s at the moment. Just passed a 50k Apex accounts with no copy trades. How long does it take to get signatures? End of day. You'll get them end of day after the close. And then you'll be able to sign and pay for your PA, and you will be able to do it tomorrow. So you'll get that cheap that cheap PA cost. I think it'd be like $84 or something for you, because you've passed it on the 4th before lunch. So yeah, you'll be fine. Okay, more selling coming in here again. Battlegrounds up here. Front loading in front of this guy. Let's have a look at ES again. We were what, a dollar short of that gamma level. Was it 70? You said on SPX, so we're pretty close to it. Keep rejecting it. Break-even day at the moment took me to break even, but changing diapers and trading don't go hand in hand. Yes, probably not. I've not had that experience before, but probably not. Yes, still at base in right now. Remember, we've had the easy money so far, folks. You're either in a runner or you're waiting now. Played both sides of this range today. Yes, still basing on its IB high. It's above IB high. It's basing. There's low volume here. It's trying to protect its current value area. If it cannot protect this, it might drift down a little bit lower into its RBS zone. I would not be surprised to see ES test 73 before it makes a decision. Do I have a code for Replicanto? Yes, Richard. They're in. If you go to Discord, they're in there. There's a tab on it. They're in there for you. Double check. You go to indicator scripts, Replicanto, and it's there. There's a flow zone 20. That's your code. Troy says, congratulations, I'm 1,000 off passing my first ever eval. Taking my time trading small size. Couldn't do it without your help, Alex. Thanks a bunch. You're welcome, Troy. Nice work. Nice and slow. All you got to do, nice and slow. Don't force it. Right, ES looks like it might come and test those 73s I talked about. Why am I saying that? Because it's an RBS zone. It's just below initial balance. So if they do that to 73 and they find a bid there, that will encourage shorts to come in underneath IBH. Back down. If they protect 73 and then reclaim IBH, those shorts will be stuck. So I'm just interested if they do that. Look at TradingView. It's missing a candle down here. The hell's up with that? Okay, Nvidia going red to green. Tesla 1/3% down, lagging. Google and Apple much further down. 5-minute bars here. Trading sideways. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25 minutes. We've traded sideways. Creating a range here on these 5 minutes. All here. This is your range. Right, so we're boxed in right here. That's your box. Is it accumulation? Do they need a trap underneath? Yes, back to volume again. Is this the push? Are they finally going to do it? ES going for it. Has it got the juice? Or does it fail up at this level again? ES very similar, boxed in. We're looking to see if we can take out this 410. This when I say 410, the seller. Here we go. Can we take him out? Because if we take him out, we might actually get a move here because everyone's scared of him right now. Yes, going for it. We're going for it. NQ wants to do it. Here we go. So 397 filled there in front of him. If you can see that on my screen above, 397 sell filled in front of him. We haven't taken him out yet. We have not taken him out yet. ES new high of day. Come on, NQ, go and do it. Go and do it. So you had a big seller here, and we didn't move down, which makes me think we are going to go upside here. Once this seller gets stuck, I think these guys get taken out. So a big seller came in here, just under 400 lot, and we haven't moved down off it. If we move down off it, they're going to be comfortable. But if we come back above this price here, which we just sold into, they are going to get stuck. Do you have the same strategy with funded accounts? Yeah, like it doesn't matter what I'm trading, it's the same strategy. Always, always the same strategy. Sometimes with evals would be more aggressive if I need to get them past, but like it still needs to be an A+ trade, even if you're going to be more aggressive with size. You shouldn't be trading sloppy setups. You know, that's how you lose money, basically. Here goes ES. New high day here. SPX poking into that level we talked about. It's just a buck short. Troy, I think it's good to take your time and do it properly. Until you're very, very advanced trader, you will blow more accounts up if you trade minis on evals. You might get them past quicker, but you'll blow more of them up. Here we go. So that seller, that 400 lot, is now stuck. If we hold and base above here, he's going to be stuck. I still think we want to take out these 50s. SPX very close to that level we talked about, the 70s. I still think we want to take out these 54s or whatever it is. Getting very, very close here to taking these guys out. Edge of range. Okay. Love you. We've got a new hourly candle here. Just seen that as well. My bad, folks. Should have noticed that sooner. I think as long as hourly stays green, which basically means holding 20s, it's got a shot. Basically means holding 20s. You would need this hourly to stay green. You don't want it to go green to red on the hourly. Tesla not too far away from going red to green. Apple's starting to close that gap down as well. Potential red to green move. That would be amazing. If Tesla and Apple go green, this market might get going. It's your current volume on the session. These 25s. Like I said, you don't want this candle to go green to red on an hourly. So that transition is basically at 20. Right, so if it holds 20, then the hourly has a chance to expand. If it lets go of 20, then we probably come back down and test the lower side of this range, which is not ideal if you're still holding runners. You probably don't want to see that happen. Internal sweep 24 possible. You need to see it hold 20. If you're still holding a runner, I think you want to see it hold 20. Nice. Here we go, folks. There's 30s. Where's this guy? 37s now. 37s. Holding 20s, possible trade through 37s and then 55s. Let's go 20s, then I would be cutting your runners if it lets go 20s. You wouldn't want to see it let go 20s because then it would trade back to the low side of the range. Here we go, folks. I want to see it trade through this guy at 37. I want to see him just pull the order, to be quite honest. Even better. Just lift it. We're so close. Come on. Go on, pull your order. Spoof it for me. Go on, pull it. Traded through him. Lovely. Okay, can we keep going now? Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. We want to take out 54s now. Just got a little guy left. Come on. Absolutely demolished that seller there. Just chomped him up. Chomped him up. Oh, I need to pee again. So maybe when we're back, hang on, let me get my limit in and stop up. Okay, be right back. Oh, have you knocked me out? Oh, you motherfucker. Okay, knocked out on the runner on that. Moved it up to 20 because I wanted the H1 to protect. What did I need to risk there? 17s. Oh, you bugger. Oh, well. Out of this now. Had a go. That was pretty good, though. I walked that all the way up. Where was first entry? 73. Not bad. It was a long walk up. Best fill at the top. So from 73, the runner into 37.75. So sold some. So that was basically his sell, wasn't it? Well, Chair Trader annoyed. Chair Trader let me get knocked out. Thanks, Chair Trader. It's gonna do it now. Of course, it's gonna do it because we know we want to go up here. I just couldn't go to the toilet and leave my stop all the way down here. I would be very upset if we did a wash down there on me. First fill. What did I just say? Pull this back up. Is it 74 or 75? It was on that candle of 75 and then first add at 80 and add at 85. So down here, 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 and then add. So I didn't take this, didn't take the edge, didn't take this because I wasn't sure. But once this had firmed up, we got long. Trailing the 34. Yeah, so you're trading. That's right in the middle of these, of the flow zones. Looks good. Ken, you need the Flushmaster toilet 3000 with a built-in laptop. Yeah, that would be good, wouldn't it? One thing I haven't done today, they will be very upset with me if I don't talk about it. There is a new sale on all accounts on Tradeify right now. Okay, code FCT. Doesn't matter what account you want, straight to funded or growth or advanced account. Code FCT, 30% off. I think it ends in like a week, about a week. I'll check actually. I'll let you know because you guys will want to know the exact date. So it's not fair of me to not tell you. Let me get it up. Sale ends September 19th, 11:59 p.m. Eastern, right? Oh, see, this is what I didn't want to get caught in. Okay, this is what I didn't want to get caught in. So back to the bottom side of this range, this 5-minute range. ES back to view up. I wouldn't be surprised if ES tests those 72, 73s that we talked about and then have to see. We might go back to the view up here. So maybe not such a bad stop out then from me on the runner. Okay, remember, we're not buying this anymore. We are not buying this anymore. Yes, there's an argument that we base here if we sweep this out. There is the argument that we do one of these. But for me, we're midpoint of the range here. Fail break. And this still hasn't taken the high. Remember, ES took this high before doing this. So you want to be cautious here, folks. For me, this is starting to become more and more of a leave alone and set price alerts at extremes of the range. Look at all the liquidity that just left the book. Everyone just left the book there on that sell. Look, some big selling coming in. 100 lot, 63 lot, 145 lot, 204 lot, 20 lot, 3, 3, 1, 37, 6, 59. They just slammed that down in half a minute and all the liquidity above just left. So these sellers left. So they obviously got impatient not getting filled. So they slammed in here. This guy here got impatient at 55. He left. This is the same seller for sure because he left and then sold into this. I feel like I'm growing because I just set my alerts and turn off my charts. Yeah, that's exactly what to do. Set your alerts. I have my alerts set so they come through to my phone on TradingView. And I get a little ding, and then if I'm near my desk, I can always rush back. Okay, probably like I said, coming down to V1. ES, I think, wants to trade down to those 72, 73. Yeah, 73, 72, 20, 72, 50 to 73. There's a little low volume node. It might want to go and fill that in, that RBS zone. From this morning, from 9:30 to 10 o'clock, we put in that resistance. We've traded over it. We haven't actually fully back tested it. All right, so want to see how we at there. Let's just check. We still didn't take out that GEX level, did we, on SPX? So that's telling you something. Days like today when those GEX levels plays, it makes me want to get like market tide from Unusual Whales or something like that. But it's just like, it's just another thing to look at. It's just too much. All right, any questions in chat? Because we've got 45 minutes left. We've had most of the trades today. I feel like we've had some really nice trades. Anything you want to go over, folks? Yeah, meant for Q. That plots it on your bookmap for you as well, doesn't it? I think that plots it on the bookmap as well. Yeah, I'm pretty sure it does. I think you. I don't know if you can link it to TradingView yet, but you can link it to Bookmap, and it would just plot the GEX levels each day. Can you explain the book thing above you? How to get it? Oh, it's called Bookmap. You'll have to buy it. You have to buy it. So I do have a code for them if you're interested. I'll pop this in chat for you. Yeah, so what it's showing you is level 2. It's a visualization of level 2. Let me just put this in chat for you. Yeah, I must have missed it. There you go. I'll pin that to chat as well so you have it. How do I size my position? Scale versus main versus runner. Well, let's say I start down here. It depends on the account size I'm starting on. But like if I'm say here, right? Let's say I'm trading a 50k and I'm trading micros. Say I'm starting with 4 and we start to firm up above, and I might add some more here and trim some off, and I might add some more here, for example, and then trim most off. If I'm trading minis, I need to be a little bit more careful, especially on the smaller accounts. But if I'm trading minis on like 50 on 150k or 250k, maybe I start here with 3, and I see that push and hold, and I might just add 1. And then I'm trimming 2, and I'm waiting, trimming 1, down to like 1 left, trimming 1, runner here, stopped out, for example. All depends on the size of the account. You don't want to add too much size too late in a ranging day. If we're in a trend day, right, you can afford to add good size each time for a pullback, because we're in a trend. It's unlikely to fail, isn't it? But we're in a range day, so you've got to be much more careful, especially when we're buying mid-range here. But it was high probability because we swept. Okay, this is coming back for this high now again. So we did just sweep right underneath here, held lower time frame algo. I've missed that because I got caught talking, my fault. We did just sweep that lower side of the range. And we're going to come back up for these 55s like we talked about. It wants to take out that hourly 55, I'm telling you. Your model and levels are honestly as good as the GEX positionings from what I've seen the last couple of months of following you. Oh, thanks, Julian. So explaining the bookmap. One of you asked to explain the bookmap. Let me move you so you can see the bookmap bigger. All right, this is the bookmap. This is like looking at the DOM. All right, it's exactly what it's like looking at. All right, this is showing the market orders of buyers and sellers, the green bubbles. All right, I've got it set so anything over 50 will show me, because that's decently big size. So this was an attempt at absorption. There was a buyer came here and he got sold through, which is why we sold down like 9:30 this morning, because if a buyer tried to absorb 100 lots here and we don't get that push up, he gets forced to liquidate. We sell down towards these lows. This buyer down here never gets filled, and we start walking up. There's a seller here who gets filled, and we start getting above him, and then we have this 410 level, and you see absorption on the tape here from buyers versus this 410, and we get back above him. Numerous attempts at selling heavy here, and we're trying to walk price back up. The heat map underneath is showing you resting liquidity. These are passive sellers on the book. You can see right here is a 413 lot, right here at 550. All right, and this is your session volume profile down here on the right. So these are sellers and buyers, and this is your current order book. So these are resting orders waiting to get filled. These are previous orders already filled on the book. Right, super simple, but it's a good visualization. You know, and the nice thing I really like about Bookmap, which you won't get from watching Level 2 or DOM, is if guys pull the order like this, you can see them. You can see old important levels. Okay, I know that this level here, 512, was important. I know that there was a buyer down here who didn't get filled at the edge of this range. And we can then also see if they're adding liquidity higher, trying to pull the market up like here. So they pulled and they've added back on. So they want to get filled here, selling into 550 is what they're trying to do. can you run through the second execution? Had one eye and ear on work at the time. It was 10:30, candle base over 24-week RBS. Yeah, right down here. All right, let's think about what we did this morning. Failed supply, walked down, right? First trade was the fail, retest, and trade downside, correct? All right, there's trade one. Once we've completed that, we fail to see a continuation trade down here. What's the thesis been recently about? Oh, sorry, I need to change the screen. Sorry. Here we go. Hopefully you can see that. Apologies. All right, failed up here. Market walked down. Like we just talked about on Bookmap, a buyer stepped in here with a big order trying to absorb it. He got washed out. We move lower. We trade this to the downside. This is failure to recover. We trade that downside. Once we've taken that low-hanging fruit and easy money, because ES down here closed what? Closed the gap. All right, so ES is completed objective. The objective for ES was clearly to close the gap today. Once we reclaim, all right, once we reclaim these levels here, what do we have underneath us? This is your favorite setup down here, Bowden. This is short sellers who are now what? They're stuck. They are in pain. They're really hurt because unlike us, they didn't take profits down here. They probably kept adding, not taking profits. Once we then pivot above this point here, all right, what are we saying? We're saying we've left short sellers down here. So once we push and pull back in and hold, what are we looking to do? Buy the market up. Where are we looking to go? This high, but more importantly, if we go to an hourly, we have 3 highs up here, all the same level. 1, 2, 3. We're looking to come and take this out because we've taken one side of the range. We expect to come to the other side. If we base here, we go level up. If we take this, we go level back inside. Here you go. It's going to take it out right now. It's about to take it out right now. So that is why, and the entry signal for me was this candle here. This candle was absorption into this imbalance, and then above here we're getting long, and then the pullback into this RBS level. Remember, this is resistance right here, resistance break above. This was an add, and then trimming positions on the way up. Does that make sense? Exactly. Classic failure setup. Classic failure setup, Foster Scott. Okay, I'm out. Did not do as good, but still positive. Tomorrow's another day. Thank you, Alex. After 14 years, you would think that I can keep my profit. Say, it happens, mate. It happens. All right, we just wicked IB high there. We took out high of day, but we still have not taken out up here. I still think right here is where the market would really like to go, but we're in the edge of range. So what do we do? If you held your long through that, or if you bought this trap under here, remember this is a classic trap. If I had not got caught talking, this is a classic trap under here. All right, wash the liquidity. What happens here? Bears go, oh, we're breaking down. We're breaking down. I'm entering short underneath this low. That's what bears just did, and ouch. We just use them to go higher. All right, so remember, my whole thesis of how I work, how I trade, is about who's stuck. Can we use their pain? That's bear stuck. This was also bear stuck. This was trap under here. Reclaim. All these bears stuck. This in here was a building of liquidity. This here was a bear trap. Bear stuck. Now, if we base here, we can still go higher. I actually want to see us base above those 55. We have to base above that level. We have an hourly big old imbalance in here, which can get filled or it can fade because it's low volume. It's very low volume in there. Just having to measure this out. Oh, don't move that, Alex. That'll be a massive error. Let me just measure this 1 second, folks. Yeah. Above 66, it's super thin to 628. Super thin. Okie dokie. Blue collar, I'd give you another thumbs up if I could. I think you mate. Last runner closed at high. Nice, Peter. I still think it's got more in the tank, folks. I really think we want to take out these H1 highs. There's a reason they're all up here. Right at the top of this red box is basically where they are. We want to take that out. We really want to take that out. There's a reason we're doing these moves. Oh yeah. Hard to see anything on a phone. All right, high's about to get washed. Once we've taken that, that's pretty much most of the objectives for the day done. SPX is through that gamma level there, so they're having to close their hedges and squeeze out their hedges. This has been a good session though, considering we haven't had a lot to play with. I mean, we've had 138 points of range. That's all we've had. So I think we've done very, very, very well. Here it goes. 50s on deck. 50s and then 60s on the deck. 50s, then 60s. That's that. 55 is the level. 54 something, I think it actually is, if you want to be really accurate. Here it goes. Just tapped it. Might have just cleaned them up. I'm going to have to actually check that on another screen. Nope, still not taking them out. I want to see explosion through that. Top of that red box. 52.75. We literally just tapped it. I think there's a boner candle through that. I cannot imagine the amount of stops which will get run through that. And then it can do a failed breakout above it if it wants to. I'd be very nervous if I was a swing short seller here. This is the level. Very nervous. If they cover here, it's oof. It's basically everyone since last Friday covering. I cannot imagine anything else happening here than running their stops. And then if we trade up to an old POC, 600. Here we go. You're going to get forced to cover here. So it's breakout or fail breakout. So it's either 600 or push and fail back into range. So I'm going to get rid of this red box now because we've traded through it. That's the supply gone. We've traded through it long enough. All right, so if you managed to hold through that, you did better than me. You better be taking some profits here. If I'd taken a long at the bear trap, would my stop loss be? Well, personally, I wouldn't be taking the long here. All right, I'd be waiting for this reaction here and getting long here, risking that low. Yeah, I wouldn't be long in the stop. I like to wait for the reaction. So I'd be waiting for this shift, long here at 507s, risking 91s, for example. Right, that move there. I don't like buying underneath because you don't know if it's going to do this. We talk about this a lot. Right, but once it takes it and turns, then you know, okay, bears are trapped. We can trade upside. And just buy above that red bar. Real simple. You want to buy momentum when it's coming your way, yeah? When momentum's coming your way. And like for you ICT traders, maybe you trade later than me on this occasion and you trade above this inverted fair value gap for those of you who are trading this kind of play. Still played out for you. Could even argue BPR. Not my setup, but I know lots of you love that setup. Okay, so starting to see a little bit of selling here since we took that high. So low hanging fruit's gone. Like we said, it can have a failed breakout above that level. if it wants to. If that's his objective today and it trades all the way back inside the range, it would not surprise me. And they can just save everything for tomorrow. We've got half an hour left. I don't think I'll be taking a trade. Bad idea to keep a runner overnight. Yeah, horrific idea to keep a runner overnight, I would say. Like, you don't know what's going to happen. We're just taking everything. I mean, I don't know where your entry is in fairness or what size, but you've got to get through the whole of this session and overnight, and at 8:30 a.m. you've got one of the most volatile events there is. There's one more question. From looking at that trade, I'd have been fully into the absorbed candle for the stuck shorts play, but the close VWAPs would have worried me. Is that warranted? The close VWAPs? No, because it's just the difference between a range day and not a range day. I'm not worried about these VWAPs here because I know everyone's stuck under here. All right. And in fact, once we reclaim these VWAPs, it's even more of a positive. Look at the flow zones. Everything starts going upside. Look at the VWAPs. They go from down to start arcing upside. Yeah, don't worry about these. Reclaiming them is even greater. 23,100 after a V shape. You're looking for a downside move. 23,100. I'm not sure what you're saying here, mate. If we're going to fail, I want to take out these lows. All right, if NFP is going to be really bad, I want to take out these lows because I think these are weak lows. All right, if NFP is horrible, if NFP is good, and we go crazy bullish, got all these levels to come back for. Equal highs here, same thing. We've left this and we've left this for a reason. This is actually a giant range in here, boxed in. Above this, bullish. Below this, bearish. And I don't mean on these time frames. I mean on daily time frames. So you're Peter. So you're long from 23,100 is what you're saying. I'm just trying to understand now. Are you long from 23,100 on a swing? 23,1. I mean, you look good. What's your TP? Are you looking for all-time highs? Are you looking to go all the way up to 800? It's possible. I mean, tomorrow is a big day to make that decision. Let's think about where you are in terms of swings. We're right at 50%. Literally right now, we're at 50% of the swing. From all-time high to this pivot low, 50%. If we go from the most recent pivot, you're into golden zone. So it just depends where you're willing to put your stop. You got to have a stop in. Time to go. Take care, Peter. Nice work today. Would IB to VWAP or VAL be a trade? Initial balance to VWAP or value be a trade? Yes, potentially. But remember, momentum is bullish at the moment. But yeah, potentially you can see this move here. But remember, this is a balanced range. So if they let go of this, then maybe you come down to these levels. It's definitely potential because we've taken out that high. If we see failure here, get rid of this box now. If we see failure here, then it's very, very possible, especially underneath this level, which is trying to protect at the moment, that you get a rotation back down to POC and VWAP. Very, very, very possible. Not a trade that I'm going to take. I think for me, made my money, so I'm just going to be content because these are not my favorite days, and we've actually had a really good day. Just going to catch up with some emails here for a second. Give me a sec, folks. Got any more questions, just shoot them in chat. I'll get to them very shortly. Okay, so starting to see that fade. Can't remember who was asking about it. Starting to see that fade. We're into a little low volume node here. All right, if they let go of this, then probably down into the next one, 513s, this POC and VWAP. You're starting to see that rotation after taking out the H1. So this level became key, didn't it? We talked about it. It's possible fail breakout. You still have potential channel, something like this. All right, so if I was short today, I would be very, very scalp mode. Where would I be heavier short? Well, if we start wanting to explore underneath here, right? All this is still a range. Okay, it's still a range. All right, if we're holding above this, potential bullish rotational range. If we get beneath this, this move here becomes possible. Into this, if we get beneath this, we're opening up the floodgates to lower. Ideally, they hold this range for tomorrow. But yes, finally coming in sync with NQ here. VIX finding a bid. A little bit of a bid in these 1560s from Friday last week. Clean up my charts here a bit. All right, team. We made good money today. 2 for 2. Layup setups. I'm not really interested in the afternoon session. Have we got the beige book today, or have I just made that up? Was that yesterday? Let me have a look here. I just made that up. I feel like I might have just made that up. It was probably yesterday. It must have been yesterday. Okay, so nothing now until you got Williams talking in lunchtime. And hopefully we can just go sort of sideways a little bit. Troy, do I plan to trade when the news drops or let it settle? I'm going to be honest with you, and I don't advise doing this. I have a few 250k accounts that I want to pass. So I might trade NFP tomorrow with some bracket orders on OCO orders, especially if we've built trap traders each side of that, looking to try and do some damage to those 250k accounts because they're pretty hard to pass. No one's ever seen it. It needs a cut. It's long right now, man. It is long. Lots of volume being built up at these highs right now, folks. Lots of volume being built up at these highs. Oh, man. I am tired. I am tired. I need some calories in me. Feels like they might want to drift down. ES still has relative strength. It can still hold here where ES is. Low volume node just getting eaten up right now, I think, on ES. Mag, not looking too bad. All right, Tesla's gone red to green. 0.5% up now on Tesla. Nvidia is basically flat on the day. Microsoft's over 1/3% up. Meta 2% up. Google 1.18% down. That's the weakest one right now. Amazon 3.29% up, and Apple 0.68% down. So there you go. ES just chewing up that low volume node, just protecting it. Very, very different. So tired. Still early morning. It's only 8:45 for me. 8:45. All right, absorption here, seller up here, 200 lot. Let's see if there's anyone higher. Are they adding higher yet on the book? Yep, they're still at 600. Anyone above that? No. The 250Ks, because the RR is so hard on them. I need to make $15,000, and I think I've got 6 to play with. So to grind those out, because you need to size up, is really, really, really hard. So I don't advise doing it, but I just thought, F it, I'll give it a go. I've got 15 50Ks already PA'd and making money. So I was like, let's give it a go. Let's see if we can get some 250s on the go. Actually, that's not true. I've got 13 50Ks. The other two are 150Ks. And a 250K. What am I talking about? And a 250K. How did your workout go yesterday? It was good. What did I do yesterday? I did 40 minutes in the end on the spin bike. And then some shoulders and abs. I need to go and do chest today and some more cardio. I used to donate my haircut every time, every 4 years. My boss put it up because for a good cause. So I didn't. I don't do jiu-jitsu. I wouldn't mind taking it up. I don't reckon my shoulders and knees would do too well in it though. It'd probably have to be, honestly, for Scott. Like I said, I don't advise it, but on 250Ks, you're gonna have to trade minis to get to $15,000. It's nothing that I wouldn't do it on the PAs. I wouldn't advise anyone doing it, but on the 250Ks, to make $15,000, you've got to be aggressive. You've got to be more aggressive. They're just a bit of fun, you know. If I don't pass them or they fail, I don't care. My bread and butter's coming from all my PAs. I just sort of give it a go. Our shoulder's a little bit of a mess at the moment. I went back to the specialist last week. It's been giving me a bit of jip, but I think spending 4 hours in the car to Mexico probably didn't help. Is this going above 53.75 today? What are you looking at? Where's 53.75? I don't know what you're looking at. We're already above that. I understand if you're looking at different stock. Hey. If you're just joining the stream, we've taken our trades today already. All right, I can show you what they look like. First trade was short. Here. And the next trade was long. Up for that move. Right, I actually got knocked out. My best fill was here, I'm going to be honest with you. My best fill was there. I didn't get that last bit. But those were the trades. Two for two. Now we wait. I was looking at it wrong, at the wrong thing. Above 56. Above here. It can do. Like I said, like this is very thin. This is very thin. So sellers will want to protect it. So they'll want failed breakouts. If we base above here, there's a long up to here. If we keep poking and rejecting, we have more and more opening to do what? Coming down to the other side of the range. You're still in a channel here. You can see this is your channel. And let me make this really easy for you all. That's your channel. This is the area that they want to defend. Previous day value area high. All right, so maybe there's a rotation down to there. Maybe they scoop it back up. I don't know. But what I do know is the low-hanging fruit trade was that and was that. We've taken out, for me, we've taken out the objectives. So anyone that's traded with me long enough will know once we take out objectives, I'm far less interested in the market. 50K, I'll normally pass anywhere from 1 to 3 days. 100K can take a bit longer. Buyers coming back in here. They're still defending that low volume node on ES right now. It's trying to do like a little micro cup. That's some aggressive buying in there. Back to previous week point control. Think about those who are in, who've done the course. Think about what we've done today versus Tuesday's high. That's why I want to wait now for tomorrow. Okay, think about what we've done today versus Tuesday's high. Remember, we've had a shorter week. We've had that inside bar. Think about what we've done today. Think about what we are potentially setting up for tomorrow. I feel like I've moved that on one of these screens. Can anyone tell me what the correct price of this is? It's slightly different. On my Ninja, I've got it here. Maybe I posted it earlier in Discord and I can see it. $543.25. $543.25. Yeah, so my Ninja one was all right. Thank you, mate. Appreciate it. Thank you, Mo. All right, 8 minutes left. Any questions here, folks? Anything you want to go over before I leave? I'm going to get out of here for the day. I'll set price alerts for those in Discord, but you know what we're looking for. We've had the clean, easy moves today already. If it wants to keep going up into that imbalance, great. Charles, I'm just messaging you back now. Just seeing you ask for membership. Give me a second. Okay, ES looking to break out of a new high. Yeah, lots of new members, lots of people finishing the course at the moment. Remember, imbalance here, you can see it if we go to the hourlies. This is what we're looking to see if we come and fill. All right, in here, you can see this big sell day we had last Friday. There's the bear flag. There's the sell date. We're looking to see if we reprice some of this. If we poke in here and fail, this is an opportunity. If we poke in here and we start reclaiming, this would be an all-time high push. Anywhere over 600. If we reclaim 600 up here, oh my gosh, bears, I would be very, very worried. All right, because what is this then starting to look like? We zoom out of this. Or even if we come down to this, it'd be easier. Think about where the liquidity is. Liquidity, liquidity, double bottom, liquidity. If we build this out here, I'd be very worried as a bear. Any reclaim of 6s and above, very worried. If they poke in here and they fail under this, then tomorrow this is an opportunity. All right, this can be a big trend and an opportunity. So both sides to play for. Depends very much how we close today and where we open up and what NFP looks like tomorrow. These are the opportunities in this market right now. Higher time frame. I love the course and benefit from sitting in on these sessions. Complements the learning and understanding. Thanks for building a friendly environment. Hey, thanks for joining. Totally different to ES. How do I sign up for the newsletter? If you go in chat, there should be above you somewhere. There should be a link from Nightbot with the newsletter. Should be posting it out. Yes, I can see it above one of Dean's messages. Not the most recent one above. It says free weekly newsletters right there. Just sign up there. All right, so on a base here at the IB. Coming into lunch. New high here for ES poking up. This thing might potentially keep going. We'll have to see. I wonder if there's enough of us here in the Los Angeles to all meet up for a coffee one day. That'd be good. I'd love to do that. Would love to do that. Oh yeah. All right, selling into those 55s. That same level, big H1 level. I would be somewhat surprised if we didn't expand through that with like a bigger stop run today. But we've been in a nice solid trend up for quite a while now, since that 10:30, so an hour and a half. Maybe some profit taking into lunch. Still got that seller at 600 above, I believe. Yeah, he's still up there. The damage has been done. We've done the damage today. I think, for me, I don't think I'll trade the rest of the day. I think I'll leave it and let it build out whatever it wants to do for tomorrow, and we can make some decisions based on that. I definitely don't want to trade back inside here. I'd be open to failures under here, but I doubt that they do that today unless they really go risk off in the afternoon because they're worried about NFP if they've got an early read. Maybe above here there's a squeeze, but again, I'd want to be long from down here where we were long, and I got stopped out on this wash through 20s. So what if I really missed out on 30 points? It's a decent amount to miss out on. But yeah, that's going to be it from me, folks, as we approach lunch. You know what you're looking for the rest of the day. You can see what we're trading into. All right, so if we squeeze through this next level, I would say we're going to revisit 600s. If we squeeze through 600s, you're looking for sort of 670s, but I'd be risk off into 600, and I would not be buying here now. You're running out of room. The buys were down low where we had this buy signal, right, where this came in. That was your buying opportunity. Yes, there might be an opportunity here, but it's very high risk now because it's already poked in a few times. I would just say leave alone for me personally, but you trade your way. And we'll be back tomorrow, folks. We'll do the same thing, ending Friday strong. We'll do a giveaway tomorrow as well. All right, we're doing Apex giveaway and maybe some other stuff. We'll see. Please trade safe this afternoon. Remember, you've made the easy money. Low-hanging fruit has gone. All right, anything else on today is an absolute bonus. All right, it's a bonus. Understand that. That's how the market works. It is not there as a cash machine every day where you can keep putting money in and pulling down and getting paid. It's not how it works. There's certain setups which will be there, and once they're gone, that's it. They need to build liquidity for the next setup now. Be kind to each other, like I said at the beginning of the stream. All right, be kind to each other. Be kind to your neighbor. Just remember that. Please remember that. It's not nice to be horrible to people over the internet when you can hide behind a keyboard. It's really important to understand that people the other side that you're talking to are human beings. If you be nice to each other, have a much nicer life, and we will continue to build a nice community here where we look after each other. Have a great session. Peace and love. Those in Discord, I'll speak to you in a bit. Peace out.